What's up guys, welcome back. I decided just to record this stage really quick and also record stage 60 of ToA hard. I didn't do it yet. I basically used this team and this exact same team and I autoed all the way till stage 60, and I tried to auto stage 60 a few times. It didn't work out that well. Once the Yetis kind of buff up, everything is kind of over. So I'm gonna actually just show a run of stage 60 after I do stage 57 because someone requested that I do a guide for this stage. Although I don't think it's anything special. Most of these types of stages, like anything that doesn't have any type of weird mechanic, if you have a proper CC team, you should be able, if you're aiming to clear all of ToA hard, you should be able to chain stun everything, all the way up to stage 100. You know, anything that doesn't have any sort of weird, unique mechanic that doesn't allow you to chain stun them, you should be able to chain stun them. So this over here, this is 57. I'm running it with a kind of a different team this time because whoa, that was a really good despair stun. I don't have I don't have my usual Aradas with me, and I'm using Brian. Brian actually works pretty well because he has an AoE attack debuff. You don't necessarily have to use Brian or anything. You can just use, you know, anyone with a AoE stun, and then just multiple units that can decrease attack bar. You know, just this is my chain CC team. I'm not sure if I can show ToA hard with any other team because I don't really have anything else that's like runed up properly. This is kind of the only team that I have runed up. So basically what you want to do is, like, a lot of these units are kind of semi replaceable-ish. You could like put in a Bella instead of Assault. Bella can increase the attack bar instead of decreasing their attack bar, and then Spectral can do the AoE decrease attack bar, and then you have two people, you know, on Despair just to try to stun, and then Mav is providing turn advantage and more cooldowns, and you know, it kind of is like pseudo turn advantage, providing cooldowns, because when he does his cooldown skill, Spectra's Backlash goes off 1 turn cooldown, and then he can spam it more often, meaning the enemy will get less turns, and overall I will get more turns. So it's kind of a it's also providing turn advantage for me as well, by reducing the cooldowns of my units, since my other units decrease their attack bars. So as you can see, even without my Aradas, I'm still able to like just chain CC them. They haven't gotten a single turn yet. Like, none of them have used their third skill, and they're like pretty much dead. You kind of just have to, or this water one's gonna get a turn because, you know, water's OP. Because Beretta likes to glance on the water, but I could potentially provoke him if he doesn't resist. Okay, she resisted, but it's perfectly fine. You know, I can just heal up and then keep my CC chain up, and then they're getting stunned over and over again. So what you want to do is you want to try to raise a team that's going to be your standard ToA hard team, a team that can somehow just chain CC everything. That's the easiest way to get through ToA hard, and probably the most stable way. And there's a lot of different strategy, a lot of different units that you can use to try to chain CC the enemy. You know, some people use like Arya, because Arya provides the, you know, the slow, and then put her on Despair, and then she can sleep anyone that isn't stunned with Despair. And at the same time, you can stack another unit that's like built just for decreasing attack bar. Someone like Varad or Ruchi. Ruchi recently got buffed on crits. He now provides glancing hit, so he's really nice. And then if you don't like to rely on stuns, I would say stun is more reliable because at lower stages, because there are some stages where the enemies have some sort of cleanse or something like that. So you kind of want to make sure they never get a single turn. The units that can cleanse or buff up with immunity, because once they buff up, you're no longer able to do this and CC them. So it's much more reliable just to make sure they never have a turn in the beginning. But there are some stages, like this one's a pretty good example, where the enemies are just basically like attack type enemies, and you can actually not rely on CC and instead rely on attack debuff. Like, so if you have a AoE attack debuff like Brian, Zinc, the Dark Warbear, or the Fire Warbear, I don't know who else would raise the Fire Warbear. I'm like the only one that ever raised him, and he was a failed experiment. I should have raised the Dark one. The Dark one would have been much more useful. But I think the Dark one is pretty good for ToA hard if you need a unit just to provide attack debuff, especially for the higher floors. So that was pretty much it for 57. I'm gonna do 60 really quick. I'm actually gonna try this new team. I'm just gonna use this team, and I'll actually just show off how they can auto really well. I actually autoed every stage up to this stage, even the very most double perna stage. I use this team and auto that stage. What this team does basically is just have a bunch of it's actually the same as my usual ToA hard team, but I took out Erados and put in Brian. What Brian does is he's on Despair, so he's actually my chain or my main stun unit, like AoE stun unit, but at the same time he's providing attack debuffs. So even if they do get a turn, if they're attack debuff, they're hitting me for a lot less, and he also provides a really nice revive that evens out everyone's HP. So if someone happens to die, what Brian does is he revives them, evens out everyone's HP, and the Basalt, who has an AoE heal, is able to just recover everyone's HP just evenly. This way it's a lot easier for me to revive and heal back anyone who just recently died. But for the most part, no one really dies, and it actually just chain CCs really well with well, not really all the despairs, but I do have 2 despairs and then like 2 attack bar decrease, and then some AoE slow and all that. And I also have like Mav who's constantly decreasing the enemy's cooldowns to make sure they. Oh my god! All right, Mav is kind of dead. All right, he's gonna. What Basalt's gonna do is he's gonna heal everyone back. See, like everyone's HP is kind of even now. And then what Mav does is he decreases the cooldown of Brian's revive, Basalt's heal and attack bar decrease and stuff. And then now Basalt's healing up again, and everyone's kind of just at an even amount of HP. And we want to make sure if you're running like a reviver, I think this doesn't just apply to autoing ToA hard. This applies to autoing Hall of Heroes as well. If you're running like a reviver, you want to make sure your reviver is as tanky as possible. So even if Brian doesn't have the fastest speed, I just made sure he has really high defense and HP, like a really good balance of that. Mostly HP, because he does have slightly higher base HP than defense, so he does scale a little bit better with HP. And actually this stage was like a bit harder to chain CC because the Fire Lich is passive, so I took a lot more damage, but it's perfectly fine. Yeah, this is also really annoying. The Dark Towers keep like removing their attack bars. I think Mav actually provides a lot of turn advantage depending on the type of team that you are running. If you're running a team that sort of relies on their third skills, like for example what I'm running right now, like how Basalt relies heavily on his attack bar decrease, his heal, and how Spectra just basically like he's only here for the third skill. That's all Spectra is here for. He literally is only here for the third skill, except for boss stages where his second skill is also very useful. Mav actually can lower the cooldown of those skills that decrease the enemy's attack bar, or if you have a skill that increases your attack bar, for example if you're running Bernard or Bella or something like that, Mav actually provides like some sort of pseudo turn advantage because he's able to decrease the cooldown of those type of skills, and then those skills will give you some more turn advantage, and overall you're just going to get more turns than the enemy, kind of like what I'm doing right now. So as you can see, it's working really well on auto, but I'm not able to fully auto this stage because once the Yetis buff up, they do way too much damage. Like everyone does too much damage, and there's just no way I can tank through it with my heals, and even with the heals and attack debuff, it's just really hard to tank through it, especially with Artamiel and the monkeys like counterattacking on every single turn. So it's very difficult to auto this stage, but I think once I pass this stage, I should be able to auto a lot more. What I'm actually planning to do is after this video, like if you're watching this video while like the day that I uploaded it, I'm actually planning to stream tomorrow and finish up all of ToA hard. Also, I plan to stream on Rune Removal Day just to hang out with you guys and then just organize my runes and stuff. And yeah, like starting next week I'll have a lot more things to do, because once Rune Removal finishes, I can rune up my new raid team, arena team, and all that. So what I'm actually going to do right now is I'm going to auto. I'm going to just auto. Actually, wait. This dude has like no dots on him. I'm gonna try to stack dots one more turn, and we're just gonna hit him until he pretty much dies. I think let him have 2 more turns, and then eventually he's going to die. Alright, so we're at the Artamiel stage. This stage is really annoying. This is the most horrible, like, I wouldn't say it's horribly designed, it's actually very well designed, but you know, it's not good for us players. So what I'm going to do is actually, if I had at Aerodus here, I probably would have tried to chain stun them. If this stage was on 80, I would actually not bring a Brian, and I would bring a secondary healer. I don't have another healer, a strong healer besides Praha. 2 months ago, no, it wasn't 2 months ago. It was like 6 months ago, like half a year ago. The stage was on 80, and I actually cleared it with using Talc plus Basalt as my 2 healers. But this time I'm probably, like, if it was on 80, I'd probably use Praha. So what I'm gonna actually do right now is I'm gonna spam this, and since my Basalt is pretty tanky, I'm gonna just take their hits. Same thing with Bretta. I kind of need to try to Despair Stun something, and then I'm gonna actually decrease everyone's cooldown. At the same time, I'm going to wake Basalt up, who recently just got stunned, and I'm gonna try to put Deadly Wave on them, and then this is gonna provide the attack debuff, which makes them do a lot less damage. And the key here actually is you want to CC the Yetis. Top priority is keeping this Yeti CC'd at all times, and if possible, you know, you can use your attack bar decrease on your Bretta on the boss. And what I'm going to try to do is try to stun him. Didn't exactly work. Try to slow them down. What I'm going to do actually is since I know one of these monkeys, since they have 2 dots, it's very likely that they're going to die first. So I'm going to actually maybe try to focus on one. I'm going to put the healing debuff on one of them. I kind of need to heal up, or else I'm kind of in trouble. So I'm going to try to see if I can Despair Stun the Yeti. Since Artamiel's attack debuff is going to do a lot less damage to me. And I will try to actually, it's a little bit risky to try to stun, but ideally I want to stun him. I'm actually gonna provoke him, because I think my Mav can take a little bit of damage. So I'm gonna provoke him. I'm gonna attack the Yeti, that's the monkey that's woken up. If I attack this monkey, the monkeys don't counterattack when you attack them. So the chances of me getting counterattack is only Artamiel plus the other monkey, meaning it's a lot safer for me to attack them. At the same time, I think since I'm bringing a reviver like Brian, who can even out HP, it's okay to just actually let my Basalt die. The problem is if I do provoke someone and then my Basalt dies after, then I might be in a little bit of trouble. So I'm not going to actually attack the Yeti, because my Mav still has a turn to provoke. These two still have a turn, so I might have a chance to Despair Stun him, so I'm actually going to attack the monkey over here. Now Basalt's taking a lot of damage. I'm going to try to Despair Stun if possible. It did not work. I'm going to try to do an AoE Despair Stun. Did not stun anything. You know, if I had a second heal, I'd start healing Basalt up and all that. I'm going to lower everyone's cooldowns. I'm going to try to provoke this Yeti. And he resisted. And I actually might be dead. There's a chance that I might be dead. I'm going to decrease their attack bar, and this is probably going to kill my Basalt, but my Brian should be able to revive him next turn. So I'm going to slow everyone down. Decrease their attack bar a little. Decrease the attack bar of this Yeti, because I want to be able to make sure he doesn't get a turn no matter what. And then I'm going to revive my Basalt now. Now everyone's HP is evened up. I'm going to actually try to stun this Yeti with Mav. Mav might take a little bit of damage from this, but hopefully he doesn't crit. Okay, that was just one hit from the Wind Monkey. I'm going to hit this monkey. And then I'm going to try to Despair Stun. Oh, that was horrible, that crit. Now heal up. Mav should have his provoke ready next turn, and there's a higher chance that I can actually land the provoke than the stun. So I'm gonna try to provoke him next turn. Actually, wait. Oh shit! I miscalculated. That was horrible. I should decrease his attack bar. The safe way to do this is actually decrease his attack bar rather than stun. Now since he has defense buff up, I'm just gonna use my attack bar decrease to gain more turns. Because I know that like most of them have attack debuffs, The 3 of them at least, the ones that counterattack have attack debuffs. So even if they hit my basalt, who has defense buff on, he's not gonna take too much damage. And actually, I'm gonna, since there's less risk of these yetis dying, I'm gonna actually provoke. Not provoke. I'm gonna hit the monkey here. Just less chance of getting hit and stuff. I'm gonna provoke this yeti, and he resisted. I have no idea why they keep resisting. My Mav has like, well, my Mav only has like 40% accuracy, but seriously though, like 3 turns in a row, it's pretty high. All right, finally stunned him. The monkeys aren't stunned, but we're just gonna keep hitting the monkeys. I'm gonna actually heal block the monkey. This way, there's less chance of the Artamiels actually, healing up the monkey. You don't technically need heal block for this stage. A lot of people think you do, but it helps. But I don't think it's like 100% necessary. So since they have heal block, I know Artamiel might actually waste a turn with his heal block next turn. So I'm just gonna. Okay, that was actually not a good chance, not a good time to use his attack bar decrease. But I'm actually fine with it. It didn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Try to keep attack debuff on all of them. The Shingzo stun is just so annoying. Try to heal everyone up. Try to stun one of the monkeys if possible. Yes, that was really good stun. Now I'm gonna attack bar decrease everything and try to attack bar decrease them again. And I'm going to try to provoke this yeti. Okay, did it save resist? I actually don't know. I can't even see the debuffs. Well, just to be safe, I'm gonna just try to stun him next turn. I'm gonna hit this yeti, and Artamiel still didn't use his heal because I think I reset his turn again. So we're gonna try to put heal block on this monkey because there's a chance that wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, he has 10 debuffs. You can't stun him or do anything to him anymore. We're just gonna have to let him get a turn before we can do anything to him. So we're gonna actually hit this monkey. Less chance of getting counterattacked, and then heal up. And I actually don't know if this one's provoked. I hope he is. I sincerely hope that this one's provoked. I can't see the debuff. I don't know if that last provoke landed. Alright, we're gonna try to provoke this one. I think what happened is his debuff bar is full, so I can't provoke him anymore. Which is actually going to suck. I think. There's a chance that might suck. Alright, we're gonna try to decrease his attack bar again. And then hopefully I can kill the Shingza before Artamiel gets another turn. So I'm gonna decrease his attack bar. I think that's what's happening because he has 10 debuffs on him, so you can't stun him or anything anymore. We're actually just gonna hit this monkey. Provoke the monkey, might as well. And then decrease everyone's attack power again. Refresh cooldown with speed buff, and then decrease their attack speed again. And then I think he's gonna die for sure next turn, so I'm gonna try to stun this monkey. I'm not sure if there's 10 debuffs again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's only 8. So I guess we heal block him. Provoke Artamiel with Mav, I think, is like, I don't care too much if Mav gets hit, because Mav's actually really tanky. Well, Mav's not that tanky, but Mav has a self-heal, so he can heal back a lot easier. Alright, so I think, I'm pretty sure that everyone is going to die by next turn. So I'm just going to keep this slow on the Artamiel. And I don't know, I might as well do it. Might as well do the attack bar decrease. I'm not going to take that much damage. I'm going to try to provoke Artamiel. This way he actually hits me, and then I take less damage overall. So I'm not sure if there's enough dots to kill this Yeti, but you might as well let him get a turn. He is going to get a turn eventually. You're going to have to eventually let him get a turn. So we're just going to let him get a turn. Since there's only really 2 units alive now, it should be okay to let him get a turn. And then since no one's really like hitting Spectra, I'm actually going to use Spectra's second skill, start hitting the monkey really hard. See, that was really bad. Now they're going to do a lot of damage to me. But thankfully there's only 3 units left, so even if I take a lot of damage, it should be fine. I don't want him to hit my basalt, so I'm going to provoke him. This way it kind of spreads out the damage a bit. I'm actually not going to use that because this is going to make me take too much damage. And I'm just going to hit Xingzi. Hope that this kills him. Oh my god, that was annoying. Okay. Now, Xingzi is pretty much going to die. Remove the slow on everyone. I'm going to try to slow them down. And then I'm going to heal up. I'm going to let this Yeti get a turn. And I'm going to decrease the attack bar of Artamiel. Actually, I really shouldn't have done that. I should have let him get a turn and let the thing run out. But it's definitely not the end of the world. So we're gonna try to attack power decrease Artamiel. Maybe I should just let him get a turn since he's provoked with Mab. Yep, that's pretty much it. He has heal block on him. He can't heal back anymore. So now he lost the attack power debuff. I'm gonna try to do a 2-turn slow just to be safe, and then speed everyone up, and then I'm gonna start hitting him with Spectra's second skill. And then heal up. Pretty much at this point you can auto. There's no way that you can do anything to your team anymore once you have him at this stage. So that's pretty much it for 60. Like that's how you finish up 60. And yeah, I'm gonna be, if you're watching this on the day that I uploaded it, I'm going to be streaming like just tomorrow to finish up ToA hard, and then again the day after just to do after rune removal starts, just to do some rune removal, and starting next week I'll have everything runed up so I can like make a lot of different things like a Tossie spotlight video, R5, and just Necros guide, all that stuff once rune removal comes around. So there's a lot of work to do this rune removal, so I kind of need to just kind of get ready, use the rune optimizer thing a little bit. I don't like to rely too much on that, but it's not the worst thing to use, like especially when you have too many runes and you don't know what's what. So that thing is pretty good. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna let the fight run out, and since there's like really nothing to summon, I'm gonna just end the video here. I'll see you guys in the next video, next stream, anywhere. Peace out.